Getting the owl going. Okay.
Ready to follow?
Alrighty. Ooh, sorry about that. Okay, nobody is currently on the Zoom. But we're gonna get started. So welcome everybody to the April 24th meeting of the Scholastic Climate Action Team. We're calling to order at 6:09 p.m. As there are no members of the public, we can dispense with the public comment on agenda items. As mentioned before, we don't have anybody on Zoom as well. So we kind of have two main focuses of our meeting today, discussing the Earth Day planning updates, going over any last items, and this, I think, going over the schedule and any materials, including what would be a great focus for Saturday, as well as going over the layout of the meeting for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. I think folks haven't. And then the latter half of the meeting, I want to make sure that we discuss and identify our questions for the comprehensive plan committee's May 11th public meeting, where we have the opportunity to put up a couple of questions to gauge some prioritization from the public. So I'll walk everybody through the idea for that, talk about some questions. Okay, so Earth Day planning updates. I'll get us started, and then other folks who've been in the thick of the planning, please jump in. But we have, I believe, 28 vendors. Well done.
Wow.
Very well done. These are all, as we know, vendors who are there to educate, share information, and we're not endorsing anybody in particular, but just it's been great to see the response and interest. So I wanted to just show you the room layout and the idea of how we are distributing the vendors throughout tables throughout the event. So I'm gonna put this into slideshow. And I also need to share my screen via this Zoom. 1 second. Okay, there we go. So this is the layout of the outside, sorry, of the outer area in front of the Wiscasset Community Center. If you recall, right in front of the community center, there is a traffic circle here where people can drive in. That will be partially closed off with cones, so people can walk and try electric bikes. So out front, we're envisioning two tables. Pedigo electric bike is going to have their own tent, as well as electric bicycles and helmets for people to come and try in the parking lot. And this is where we're envisioning, as long as the weather is good, and the weather is supposed to be good, having the lawn tools as well for people to look at, turn on, and try. So Evan, I think we had talked about stationing you there, and if you would like somebody to relieve you, like partway through the event, let me know. We could try to trade off. But that's the idea for the outside.
Can we don't, now with Vision Energy, you haven't confirmed whether or not she'll have an EV car.
Yes.
And my friend, Debbie Jones, think she'll be able to bring a vehicle.
Really great.
As long as somebody takes over for her. If she can swim, my volunteer. So she's gonna be out there.
Didn't get that, or yeah, I must have missed that part. My friend Joe said that he's gonna try and bring down the F-150 from
Ooh.
IFNW.
Yeah, know you?
Yeah.
fantastic.
He's gonna try.
He's gonna try. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Between the two of them, at least we might maybe get one.
Yeah, I will also park my Ioniq 5 out front. And I plan on just putting in the window, like some information about its range, what it costs to charge, the longest trip I've taken it on, just some basic information. And Marty, I know you have a flyer on electric or poster on electric vehicles.
Yep.
Maybe we could put that on the table with the lawn tools, or we could
I
also.
have a diesel, so I'll put it.
Oh, you have an easel. Okay, so we'll put it there. Yeah,
On his way.
okay. That sounds great.
EV,
That's great.
so somebody that still is.
Yes, and Evan, please make sure nobody sees our cards. Okay, that's fantastic. Oops, let's go back here. Next is the lobby. We have a little bit of room in the lobby. So we're envisioning putting WCAT's table here with our information. And Leslie and Jan have volunteered to hang out at the table, help direct people, and then tell them a little bit about us. I believe the sunflower seeds are also going to be there as well. We have room for a couple of event signs, like for speakers and vendors. We can talk about what those are going to look like in a second. Also in the lobby, we have the Federal Emergency Management Agency and US Small Business Administration who have asked to come and table so that they can sign people up for federal assistance following the recent coastal storms that got a federal disaster declaration. So I thought putting them in the lobby where people see them and sign up immediately made the most sense.
Do you think that person would have signage?
Yes, I hope so. I think they're sending 2 people, or
Yeah.
both agencies are sending somebody.
Oh, good.
So I heard from them today, they're
Mhm.
definitely sending people.
That's very nice.
And they've been doing this in other towns as well recently, so I think they've got a system. Yes, and then actually, there will not be a voter registration table, so I'll keep that on. Next is the senior center, right off the lobby. We're gonna have it set up with, I think, 40 chairs, projector speaker. It's gonna be fairly straightforward. Chairs may get moved around depending on the speaker and during the workshop, they might get moved around, but that's pretty straightforward. And last but not least, the bulk of the vendors will be in the gymnasium, which will be cordoned in half to group our tables. So Marty's gonna be on the left with window dressers. And then the vendors have been grouped roughly by category. So this area is the group of vendors who relate to energy efficiency projects, helping people pay for projects, efficiency Maine. And due to lack of space, Bel Air Studios is also. So we've got some art and a couple of free tables. Next line is municipal related. We have a number of committees, wastewater treatment plant, recycling, Johnson Control, and potentially the fire department can have more information there. Next table, we've got a number of climate and cultural groups together, as well as our state agencies or state related organizations. And last, our local organizations that are sort of more environmentally focused. Kewonki's gonna be back here from 10 AM to 12 PM with their 1 or more wildlife ambassadors. Repower's right here.
Okay,
With the garden. Yeah, and it's,
wow, garden club got 2 tables?
yeah, so they have a regular garden club and then one table is dedicated to the biochar.
Yes, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
And-
big demonstration.
yeah, they've requested to be right, or Repower requested being next to it because they have the same people.
Yeah.
Staff
Right.
at the tables.
You're sharing a
They're sharing the
front
space.
person, because 2 things.
Yeah, So I think in terms of materials, we have talked about having some signage.
Yeah.
Uh. To minimize this.
Good, we've got 3 tables in the corner.
Well, we have,
Sorry, when you said?
I asked him if he invited the Peregrine people.
Hmm,
Oh, my gosh.
They just made the news for their.
Yeah, that's just really.
Thing.
What did they do?
Really hot.
They're working on the, oh, how do you say it? What are they doing? They're not,
on ocean
so
energy.
they will help with
you're a nuclear reactor.
Oh, I see, cool.
I kept calling them baby nukes, but this is actually smaller than baby nukes.
Yeah.
Micro nukes.
They're working on
Like
the,
modular,
on the,
Huh.
turbine power generation portion of it.
yeah, interesting.
and they won't bring any nukes
Yes.
to this,
They made that very clear in the paper.
to protect, unless they get sales.
Interesting. I haven't heard anything from them. I think it is. We are in the late stages of inviting new people,
Yeah.
because it's not a lot of time for people to prepare. So, but interesting idea. Maybe we could put that on the idea list for next year.
Mason Station, the Mason Station people?
I have not heard from them. So I think having a,
We have one more person too. So the, citizens climate lobby,
oh yeah, Citizens Climate Lobby, apologies, yeah, I hadn't put them in the,
we have to let them know whether or not, we have the table with 6 foot.
at this point, there are only 3.5 tables, so they're gonna have to. Squeeze them in. Okay, we'll put them, I think, here.
Marty, can you just give me a little idea, what do they do?
But they lobby Congress, so
Okay.
that we have a carbon tax. And what it is, it's a carbon tax and a dividend. In other words, people get money back. And I guess it's working pretty well in Canada, I understand.
Oh.
And they've been doing this for these 5 years.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I think, you had forwarded the invitation to them today, right?
I confirm with them.
Okay, you confirmed it, perfect, okay.
Yeah, I sent him a speaker list and he said, oh, can we participate? I apologize for not inviting them, because I know Sam.
You've been busy. Okay, I'll make sure that's on the vendor list.
But you don't have to set it up, everybody. And then
Okay. Okay. If you could forward Sam's information, I'm not sure if you sent his email, and number, but that would be great.
I can add him
I have it right here.
email list.
Perfect. Just if you could email it later, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I could text it.
Email or text is great.
Leslie, will need it too. I'll need it because I've got to send out the correction email and I'll add this person to it.
Fantastic. Okay, so that is it for our layout. So I'd like to quickly go through the day of roles to make sure everybody has a place. So going through the list that I have here, I'm gonna be managing the speakers. And so I will be in the senior center room all day except for a half-hour break in the middle of the day. Marty, window dressers. And I think, Marty, if you could keep an eye just on the gym and the vendors in general, that would be great. Jan and Leslie, we have you at the WCAT table. You'll be directing people and I think it's fellow people. Evan, we'll have you outside
In the sun.
in the sun. Would you like anybody to spell you for a break or anything?
Yeah, sure, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Maybe Pat, would you be willing to spell?
great.
Okay, so Pat, I've got you on vendor setup and then help Evan try with break. I would say if you could also just sort of circulate, walk around, keep an eye on things,
Yeah, watch for disruptors. and-
watch for disruptors, just make sure, check in with the vendors, make sure they're doing all right, if they need anything, that would be great.
Yeah.
And if you check in with me in the speaker room from time to time, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Jenny as well on vendor setup.
Mhm.
And I imagine she might hang out with the WCAT team. then,
Sure,
or just
or
doing
she'll
things?
probably wander around and,
Yeah, okay, so we'll have a roving
yeah.
volunteer. Okay, poor Deb, I think is still under the weather. Terry, what is your availability for the day? What are your plans?
I'm gonna be at that little corner, but I'm available. Hanging out, I have a panel that has to go up on the renewed repower table, but I don't have to stand around and explain it, you know. It has pictures,
Okay,
you know, but
yeah,
you need me anywhere, you can just put me anywhere you want.
great. I'll put you down for a roving slash maybe hang out in the speaker room for a little.
Hang out, schmooze, drink
Okay.
coffee, yeah, I'm good at that.
Okay, yeah, I would love to have, people just pop in on the speaker room from time to time in case I need to signal you to ask you to go, like, talk to the rec center for anything like that. I think I have everybody's cell phones as well, so just have your
text.
ringer turned up for, we'll have a text thread just in case somebody needs something
Yeah.
on the day of. Okay, I think that's good. In terms of the day of, we can show up anytime starting at 7 AM. I think Leslie, you had proposed maybe 7:30, or to start. Setups.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody who can, please aim to arrive at 7:30. We'll get everything set up. The community center staff will actually be doing the actual table setups for us. So we can go around and just make any last minute adjustments, put out signs, make sure we're as well.
We're putting up tables or people are bringing their own tables.
No, the community center has.
They're going to do
theirs.
It's beautiful.
They're gonna make it very easy for us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dwayne does it.
You might wanna show up early to make sure that actually happens.
Yep,
Had an event where that did not happen.
Oh dear.
yeah, that's why we're setting up at 7:30.
Yep.
You can be there by 7. Okay, so and then the event begins at 9 AM and then at 1 PM, we'll make sure everything's broken down. There shouldn't be a lot of material cleanup, but just picking up signs, anything that materials you brought, make sure it goes home, you gets back to its home, we borrowed it all the time.
I'll help with the room. I'm good at cleaning.
And there's a party scheduled in the senior center at 2. So it actually works out better that they don't have to
Yeah,
rush to clean up that room.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Okay.
Crush that after the people.
That's what I was hoping. Will there be food? Cake.
Always helpful. I wanted to go quickly through the materials and then I think, just check with you all about the WCAT talk that I'll be giving on our behalf, just to WCAT what we're covering. So, we have materials list, name tags, Jan's bringing them. Done, okay, Jan is bringing them. Table vendor signs, I have Jenny down.
Jenny's working on it. We came up with a layout and hopefully she's doing it tonight. We're gonna check with her when I get back.
Great, does she need help with printing anything?
I don't think so. I think if you just don't do color, I can print them on my printer, you know, and.
Yes, let me know if you
Print
need
that
any.
tonight. Okay, thanks.
And I'll send Kenny a note about the citizens comment on it.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Tape, I have Leslie,
Mhm.
Jenny, and Marty.
No, I'm good.
Jan,
I have like a kid already.
okay. All right,
Okay.
anybody who wants to bring tape, bring it.
Yeah.
Scissors and Sharpies, I have me and Leslie,
Mhm.
down for that. This one, Jan, you mentioned, that you would look into printing large versions of our speaker and vendor lists and directions to put up on easels. Did you find any prices?
So I didn't, I think we have to, I went out and got the sticky paper, the really big sticky paper. And I can go and look and see if I can have that, whatever that list is, and blow it up. I think we can just use the big paper.
Sure.
I mean, that's my take.
Write it by hand.
But if someone has nice penmanship,
Yeah,
who has the best penmanship here?
that's a good question. When I put mine to it, I can do it very well, but
Same,
Yes,
Yeah.
same, all right.
yeah,
it's just time.
yeah.
I'll make it, don't worry.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
Mhm.
Okay,
I have a green, fall back. Then we can take things onto.
oh, great. Awesome, okay.
So it's this, I just want to make sure, the speaker list, we need one for the speaker list. the
Yeah.
Big one,
Mhm.
and then what else do we need?
I don't know if we want to write out all the vendors.
That's too much.
It's a lot, and people can see
Yeah.
their names as well. I would say maybe directions.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I would say
I
directions.
think,
That one doesn't have to be very big.
It doesn't
You
have to
probably
be very
printed
big,
it out
yeah.
on 8 by
Yeah.
11 with an arrow,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I could put that together.
you should,
Okay,
sure.
so Leslie,
Okay.
you'll make direction signs.
Directions, just arrows, right? That say 2 vendors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. 2 speakers.
and maybe Jenny could put the
Flowers.
buttons on it.
I was thinking of just, putting this one on one side and the speakers on the other side. And with the arrow underneath, this extension of this. Be against, green border.
I think we're gonna write that out.
Yeah, I'm saying, just saying extension of this
Mhm.
with the words vendor, arrow that way, and speaker that way with the speaker list.
Oh, yeah, I think that's fine,
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Great, all right, so easels.
Mm,
Marty, you have one easel you're gonna bring, I think you mentioned, or no?
Okay.
Probably two.
There's
you're
one,
good.
So great,
there's
Thank
one
you.
at the community center.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I've asked the town, I think they've got 2 here at the town office.
I won't need one for window dressers.
You don't need one now?
They have supplying me a banner.
Oh, nice,
Excellent.
wow.
He was the, president of the board, the window dressers, one time.
Okay. We're good. Okay, so we're gonna have a laptop for speakers, that would be me. A laptop for the WCAT table. Jenny said she could bring one.
Good, okay.
And, I think we had discussed having a sort of automatic little slideshow with like pictures of the recent floods. I think maybe putting together a little slide on who the Wiscasset Climate Action Team is. And where people can find information about us on the town website. Might be helpful.
Yeah.
It can be very simple, you know, it's a town committee, we have our goal statement from the charter
Right,
that we created
right.
last year.
I'll try to put together a deck tomorrow maybe.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. Just have to get a big bottom of wine and. Yeah. And you know, I can work on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working on sites too, so.
Okay.
If I have a break, maybe. put some-
Okay. But good that Jenny can bring her laptop.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll put the two of us in for that actual slide deck.
Okay.
There are lots of pictures in the WCAT, Gmail, G Drive.
Okay.
From, recent funds.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so we also have, the climate actions poster with the 72 actions from the climate action list. We had talked about maybe getting sticky dots to ask people to put on the actions that they might want to see the town tackle. To have that up at the WCAT table. Do we have sticky dots?
Yeah.
We have sticky dots,
Mhm.
okay. So Jen, you're bringing the sticky dots. Okay, so I'll bring that. It's a hard poster. It's pretty robust. So we just need to put it on the some. And it sounds like we have plenty of these ones.
Are people going to just get one sticky dot? They'll just get one and I'll put their one sticky dot on the area of their area of concern, right? They're not gonna get color coded from rank and rank them. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
do we just have one color?
No, we didn't.
We have many colors.
Many.
I think it was red, yellow, orange, blue, I think.
Could you do, you know, at least maybe an indication of preferences, so those first, indicate most concern, or maybe the least concern, so that you can perhaps populate it with population.
Absolutely.
With a visual that you can see, ooh, this is what everybody's really concerned about, or this is, you know, further down the way, I don't know.
I think that I would be very distressed if I only could get one sticky.
Yeah.
I really would be.
You want to play a little bit more than just one.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you have the multiple colors
Right.
with different weights.
Yeah.
right? This is, the red is most concerning.
Mhm.
Then it forces people who have maybe three dots, I don't know. different
Yeah.
colors, to really think through it, say, okay, this is most important, that is important, and this is least important, or something like that.
Yeah, I think they get three.
And then you get the visual,
Okay,
you get the visual.
yeah,
I said at the meeting, because they were explaining the comprehensive plan strategy, and it was
a sticky dot.
supposedly, ranking them, which
Yes.
I didn't want to do because, but when you went to it, it went to, the importance, in other words, so you're not competing one against the other, you're not saying they're all important, but how do you rate it? You rate it a 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5. So when you went to the second graph, they allowed you to, rate it that way. Well, I'd rather see like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rating. And, instead of trying to compete one against the other.
How
Are
many
they
do
all
we have?
important? Are they all
There are
important?
72
Yeah, there's seven.
on a poster board.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
And-
I would say maybe top. Makes
Yeah,
the
I-
most sense.
So if somebody has, you know, 3 burning issues, do they get 3 red dots?
No, I think we cut them out and
Right.
these are the dots. The red is the most. Whatever is the medium and the one is that,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I'm saying, are you competing one against the other? What if somebody thinks?
I think it's relative.
Yeah.
priorities. It's like, this is my absolute top for the town to tackle, this is my second, this is my third. It's not either or, it's all of them.
It will be interesting what comes out of it. Yeah, it
Mhm.
really is. Because
Mhm.
I hear what you're saying, Marty.
Yeah,
Well, I
totally.
think that's important, what's gonna come out of the comprehensive law. Yeah, so
To Martin's point, because, you know, look at the other
Yeah,
point of views, is if you have dots, then you probably want to make them all same color dot. But what would happen is you can take your dots and you can put one on this priority, or you can put all your dots on one priority. That has a.
Oh, that's
sim-
true,
it has a
yeah,
similar
yeah, it has a
effect of
similar
showing
effect,
what's
yeah.
important. It's not fine tuning like.
yeah.
But to his point, then you're not really competing against one over the other.
Sure.
Did I get that right?
Right.
So that's just another way. I like the multiple colored dots myself, but I can see that way would also work.
Yeah. Where this could be useful, we'll get to the comprehensive plan discussion is, they're planning on doing 3 different colored dots to have, say, on a board on the wall, there will be a statement and we could talk about, we'll talk about what the exact statements should be that we want to ask the public, but people will be given, you know, like a red dot, orange dot and yellow dot, or various colors, say top, second, third priority, and then people can put their dots. So if we have a similar exercise, it could be direct, we could share that information directly with the
But you need it
plan
to be
committee.
all one color. Then why not, so that we can get more information, differentiate a little bit, you can have 3 different age groups, for example. So you know what
Oh,
old people have to say, what you know, what really appeals to the
Oh.
20-somethings and then everybody else in between, right?
Are we discriminating though?
Kind of.
No, it would be each.
some demographic.
I know. That's-
Older person, so everyone's older than somebody else.
Yeah, right.
How I look at it. I never refer to myself as an old person, I'm older.
I think I would repeat being a musician. I like the musicians to have a voice. Okay.
Okay, what are we doing? Yeah, who would like, we're just gonna do a quick vote, who would like 1 color and 1 dot? Who would like top 3 different colors? Okay, who would like, you get 3 dots of the same color, who's abstaining? Okay,
What's your vote, Cass?
I did the 3
Oh, you did the
colors
3.
for the
Okay,
top,
let's have it.
3.
Just remember, it's gonna be busy in the lobby and there's a lot of people coming and going and we're gonna have to give people instructions on the fly. And if they don't get it, it's gonna be chaos.
I would make another sign, to put right next to it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Another one of you.
Sticky
tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they might want to find where to go.
I think people are gonna come in hordes all at once, that's my,
Wow.
I hope I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we say we start it in the lobby, if it's too busy, we could move it, as long as it's fine, we can move it to the gym.
Yes,
That's true.
oh, yeah.
And then we could just say, hey, we're gathering some information on climate change priorities in the gym. Here's some sticky dots,
Right.
or like, please make sure to do that.
Reasonable.
Can I get somebody to volunteer to make sure this happens? And you're doing
Yeah.
a lot.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, you're comfortable?
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Okay, can I deputize, can I volunteer, like Pat and Marty
Yeah, I could use
to
that.
help?
You
Okay,
could be a deputy.
You're
okay, Marty, you're on.
Dots.
Okay, Pat's the deputy. Okay, so Jan and Pat. Thank you. Alrighty, making great progress. I'm bringing the projector and screen.
Yay.
Power strips. Marty, you said you were bringing one. I will also bring one.
I can bring them.
That will also bring one. Great.
Put
And
your name
then,
on them, put a piece of tape with your name on them so you don't lose them.
yeah. Label with your name and phone. And then direction signs, Leslie, I had. Okay. Are there any missing materials folks can think of that I haven't mentioned?
Sign up sheet at the WCAT table.
Thank you. Sign up sheet for.
I don't know if I still have that. What's that?
Said, yeah, we want their emails.
Mhm.
Does anybody have the sign up sheet from the public meetings?
No, but it's easy enough to make. I can.
Okay, I thought one of us made it. I
Lisa
don't-
made it.
Lisa made it. Okay, I can ask Lisa if she still has it.
Yeah.
Thought maybe she was gonna come today.
Okay, sign up sheet. anything else?
Do you have LCTV coming on? Are you going to video any of this?
I'm not sure that they are, but Leslie, you were talking with Ben Gordon News a little bit. Were they thinking of them?
I didn't talk to them, I just gave you her email address, you forwarded the press release, you haven't talked to her at all.
Okay. Yeah, I did not get the sense that they were going to come, but I did interview yesterday with LCTV.
Oh, good.
And they're gonna air us that interview tonight and tomorrow night.
Really?
And they've also emailed the announcement out to their newsletter.
Oh,
Is this on 207?
No, Lincoln County Television,
Union County Television. Oh, their, whatever channel that is.
Yeah.
7 and,
No, the name of the show is.
It's,
no, they're thinking of Channel 6.
Yeah.
Or you want,
LCTV's, I think it's usually their chamber chat, but they didn't have a
No.
chamber chat yesterday.
That's nice.
I haven't
What's
done
called
the
Pat?
LCTV.
It was Larry.
okay,
That went very well, by the way.
Good,
Yeah.
thank you for doing.
you're
Yeah,
pretty
thank
good there.
Yeah, they did a good job. Thank you for those who sent photos over. They're gonna intersperse some photos.
Good.
And they're gonna send the link as well, so I'll share that as soon as I get it.
We can put that on our.
It would be good to have somebody taking pictures and short
Yes,
videos throughout the day.
picture, that is a great idea.
That
Who
is a
likes
great
taking
idea.
pictures and videos. With their phones.
You're good at
I
that.
do,
We've got Bob downtown,
Oh,
Sure, excited.
yeah, they probably charge, but
oh.
Bob on.
Bob
Takes a lot
would
of
be good to still, in fact, he would probably love to be invited to do this. But then again, he's so busy on weekends too. I'll help, but I'll
Okay,
talk to Bob.
so photos and videos, and you remember with your phone. You have a smartphone, you know, really easy to get out, take a quick video.
Yeah, it's just not that hard.
Everyone, and then Terry, you'll talk to Bob. Bob, what's Bob's last name?
Bob.
Bob
Good, good flag. All right, I think we're at near the end of our half hour here. We've gone a little bit over, but I think we're doing really well. Any questions, concerns, inquiries you get, please let me know before, but really excited. This will be great.
Well, good job, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
Yeah, I was
you.
gonna make it
a
a
lot of
comment.
hard work.
Yay.
Really pulled together quite a big event in a short
Yep.
period of time.
I know.
It's amazing.
Good to have
We
this.
should
really
tap
fun
ourselves
too.
on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Nobody else does.
Oh, okay, thanks all, this was really great. All right, so next on our agenda was discussing the comprehensive plan committee collaboration. So, I need to bring up some notes that I have from that. Okay, so a few things, so the comprehensive plan committee is organizing a number of public workshops to inform the development of the next comprehensive plan. They are doing a first general one, which is gonna ask or tackle all of the chapters of the comprehensive plan on May 11th. It's a Saturday. And so we and the waterfront committee have been asked to share our sort of burning questions or statements that we'd like the public to be asked at this workshop. So the public will be asked to do a couple of different exercises at this workshop. There will be large containers around the room with different chapters of the comprehensive plan, like there's, I think, historical character, there's transportation, I'm not remembering all of the chapters, economic development. And people will be given planning bucks, it's kind of like Monopoly money. a certain amount of planning
That's cute.
bucks
Yeah,
to put into different buckets, to just start to get a sense of prioritization
That's
for funding.
Mhm.
And I think probably time that the town is spending. My understanding is this is definitely not gonna mean the budget will be based on that in the future. But it's just a
Yeah.
general sense to get an idea of how much people value different.
It's the colored dots only with.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the first exercise. The second exercise is people will be given colored dots. I think 3 of them, like high, medium, low, and lower priority. And asked to put dots next to different statements on the wall. And I think it's generally to gauge their agreement with the statements and if there are some subsections. Like a specific priority that they have. So that's what I think we're focused on is, a couple of statements, like 2 that we want to ask. And we can talk about how we want to structure them as well. Members of the public will be asked to place dots, but then they'll be asked to talk about why they placed the dots there. And so the comp plan committee, and if any members of our committee attend and want to help out, will be there talking to people, taking notes, and generally just listening in to see how the public is prioritizing things. So it's a great opportunity to continue learning about the prioritization of climate action. I'm gonna look at my notes really quickly on our follow-ups. So we've been asked, first, wanted to ask, if anybody plans on attending the May 11th workshop, and are you willing to help with workshop tasks, like counting the stickers or, helping, they're gonna have a coloring corner for kids as well. To ask them to draw what they would like in Wisconsin, or other tasks. So first of all, is anybody willing to go? Okay. Great, okay, so
I'm gonna be there.
Cassie, Gina, Patch, Evan, and Carrie. And Carrie, what's the time of the?
Yeah.
Does it say 1 to 3?
I think it's 1 to 3. Oh, I put it on there.
There was something else that said it was 2 to 4, right? But I think 1 to 3 is the most recent.
Yeah, so we need to get some clarity on it.
Could be 1 to 3, yep.
See what the newspapers say.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
It's right there.
We need to send our statements, our burning questions by May 3rd, but I think we'll be deciding them today and then we'll send those.
Right.
on. And we can get a little help, like refining them from Emily Raby, the planners in Wisconsin. We'll be sharing the survey through our network as well. So those are the major questions. So I think, I'm gonna look up the email that I sent with a couple of suggested questions, but I wanted to start the discussion, say that we could probably refine a couple of the questions we asked in our public survey and maybe try to get a sense for what kind of areas or buckets of climate action people want to see movement on. And then what sorts of resilience actions people also want to see movement on. So I'm kind of thinking like one statement could be around reducing things that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and the other could be around climate resilience. And things people want to see done. But I'll open the floor.
I learned a lot. Problem is what I learned, really dated information, so put it out to one thought process. I read that, I immediately went to the survey that was conducted in 60-something respondents. And the bar chart that you put into it, and, you know, it told you the main priorities one. The second one was, you know, should, it was gas to be promoting clean energy generation, right? And so being new in the team and everything, especially when I first started, you know, I saw, okay, Richard's notes about Peter Arnold was on a subcommittee. And then found that started a some kind of nonprofit and taking it independent. So I thought, okay, so that's, and I looked at his website and that was tracked all around the energy generation from the gas using the infrastructures right here. Nonetheless, I also thought that that was the second, and as I'm admitted, it only was a limited response, but still response. That was the second highest priority. That. So my question starts with, this was part of this committee, as a subcommittee at one time. Now it's off on its own, but are we still, should we still be, still overseeing it because we represent the town, right? I think. That sound
We are
right?
part of town, yeah, as town committee, we're part of town government.
Okay.
They, I don't think obviously there's an independent nonprofit, so we wouldn't have any jurisdiction.
No, of course,
Yeah,
but I guess my point is that it started with this team, right? So, and it's the second highest priority, so should we be poking it back to see what people out there think about that? And so I ended up,
oh, we can absolutely ask.
I actually created something like you put out there. Now, this is where I don't know what information is current, not current. So it went like this, Wisconsin should promote clean energy generation. Promote clean energy generation by taking the following actions. And the first was, the obvious, harnesses legacy power generation infrastructure to generate clean power. That's primarily what, the main Yankee left and Mason Station. So then I started looking up articles and I found this article, I think it was a CBS report or something 2 years ago, which said that Mason Station was not in compliance with whatever the state mandate. Yeah, thank you, DEP, because of oil and asbestos and all kinds of stuff. And Dennis Simmons weighed in on it at the time and he said, well, we think it's contained in the building. And then somewhere else, somebody came out, another source said, well, we
That's
think
dripping out.
yeah, into the, so. What I thought was a straightforward question at the time, was, it became not so straightforward, because somebody mentioned Mason Station, I guess there's some, almost an LLC out of Connecticut, where I came from, I know all about Connecticut people. Hadn't responded to any of this, at least up to that point. So, like, confusion now is Mason Station from my ask if they're gonna be represented in our Earth Day event. So what happened in the last 2 years?
Mason Station is, owned by private group, Cotter is one of the names. But right now, and they've been, in the process of marketing it. What would you like? Would you like to buy Mason Station? And of course, Ryan Gahagan, is that his last name?
That's right.
Represents one of two, potential buyers. They have a 3-year option on Mason Station. They have literally talked to everybody. They've talked to this group, have they not?
Yes.
Okay. So Ryan actually is, in the process of saying, yes, these things are going to be taken care of, but he's not in charge of Mason Station. They're supposed to be, Mr. Cotter is supposed to be handling those things.
Right.
He has not done so. He does not move slowly, move quickly.
And I don't think.
Nothing can be pushed in. He can't be.
And I don't think any of their plans include, I don't think any of their plans include energy. He plans on.
Well,
Hotel,
It's.
marina.
I want to refocus us a little bit on these questions. Yeah, we can definitely get more information, but
But
are you proposing that we take the results of the previous survey and have a couple of focus questions, like on specific clean energy actions?
Yeah. And that, so the second choice was, and you start fixing Mason Station environmental concerns to prepare for clean energy generation. And the third one I wrote, I didn't know this either, support more solar power initiatives such as solar garden off of Wall Town Road.
Not familiar, but
Oh, wow, it's huge apparently. So I found that out just, like I said, just Googling.
okay, so
Well, anyway, that was just a gist.
yeah, okay, so if I could summarize, make sure I'm summarizing you correctly. You could have, how would you distill that into one statement you wanted people to put sticky dots on?
Probably the first thing, which was, should with gas promoting clean energy generation by supporting, solar power initiatives, right, which is one apparently that happened here. Harnessing its legacy generation infrastructure for Yankee. I get more comfortable with Maine Yankee put in, right, than a place that still has all kinds of environmental problems. Doesn't seem like that's ready for fight time to me. That kind of thing, that kind of work, going, it goes back to this whole idea of the town supporting clean energy generation within our towns. We have, we're rare, we're plugged into the power grid. There aren't many towns that have that.
Mhm.
That's the gist. I was trying to put in a little detail so that it wasn't, kind of a hollow question.
Okay. I want to make sure we get a number of ideas on the board for different questions. We got, as a reminder, I brought up the public survey results. We got 63 responses. We asked which of the following topics are most important for Wisconsin to address as it relates to climate change, and we had a selection that were based on the 8 strategy areas of the state climate action plan. The top results were climate ready infrastructure. Second is a faster transition to clean energy generation. Third is protecting the environment and promoting net climate solutions. Fourth was faster transition to clean heating, cooling, and efficient appliances, so on. I'd like to propose actually that we ask that question the same way again, in that with the comprehensive plan covers a lot of topics. Climate change spans all of those topics. So I'm not sure yet if climate change will be, its own chapter or something that's just mentioned as like focus in each chapter of the comprehensive plan. So asking a question like this that lists like the different emissions mitigation actions and resilience actions, I think would allow the comp plan committee to like say, okay, the public is relatively prioritizing these things. I think some feedback that some members of the select board were saying were, 60 responses wasn't a lot. They could see more responses and more information. So that would be one way to get more information. That's still broad. However, we could break this down a little bit into 2 statements to say, which of the climate mitigation actions would you are most important for Wisconsin to address, and which of the climate resilience actions. That could be 2 statements, and then we could provide specific examples like utilize Wisconsin's legacy and electrical generation. Move the wastewater treatment plant, upgrade all of our culverts, like there's.
I like that idea.
That's good.
I like that we're not reinventing the wheel and
Yeah.
people are used to these questions, so either one breaking it into 2 categories or just one seems like a good idea to me. But simplify mitigation, because I think
Yeah,
people are getting
mitigation, they
confused
don't
about that word.
Okay,
Yeah, communication's bad.
It's wonky.
It
It is. Yeah. Suggestions, I'm, as you know, a policy long, so I'm not a great person.
As it relates to, the damage caused, infrastructure damage caused by climate change, or the,
Well, one alternative I have used is our contributions to climate change, or it's actions that contribute to climate change.
that's the actions that contribute.
Or we could say reduce our carbon footprint.
It's triggering. There are
It is.
people
Yeah,
here-
then it could, yeah,
there are people here in this town, we gotta be
even
careful.
that is wonky. Carbon footprint is just.
Yeah.
Although we know, I mean, that's our currency, we understand it, but not, most people out there do not.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, after all.
That's what makes it so sad, but yeah.
Here we are.
They have to use both the eighth grade words.
Maybe fifth grade.
Maybe sixth grade.
Oh, what do you
We could say actions that fight climate change.
That address severe weather, you can't even say climate change. You have to say.
What is greenhouse gas emissions to triggering?
Mhm.
More than climate change.
Mhm. What would you say instead, severe weather events?
They keep the water from coming up in the parking lot. I mean, I'm using, look, I'm trying to help them see pictures. You know, this is, what do you want them to be able to respond to?
Okay.
They're not going to respond to words that
Relates to
they don't have,
actions.
they don't have a meaning.
I think it's things that they can relate to in their everyday
Yeah.
lives.
Right.
You know, I mean, when you talk about the sea level rise, but you know, we have a gentleman here from the yacht club, Wisconsin Yacht Club. Whether he was a climate supporter or he doesn't believe in climate change, he's got to believe what just happened there. That place is underwater.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things, rather than use the terms like.
Yeah, exactly.
it's pretty
They're
much-
still buying them halfway up the stairs
I
thing.
know what I understand about living here for months is that this place has more power outages to extreme weather than any place I ever lived. I mean, my generators never got so much use, it's because rain and wind and
Has been
trees
really
falling
bad.
down and all.
It's all big generator.
Yeah, it's also CMP.
Gas powered.
I know the gas.
I lived in Manhattan on dirt road with a lot of trees.
Community, that's good.
And
Yeah,
the first 2 years.
that's good.
here,
You're gonna need
I had
your own little.
college, then 20 years.
All right, so you're out of view this time. Let's go with that.
Okay.
CMP.
So I think that this statement, which of the following topics are most important for Wisconsin to reduce community vulnerability to extreme weather impacts, that's more like
Yeah.
resilience. We haven't solved the problem of the emissions side though. We could say. Wisconsin to transition to clean energy. And more efficiency,
Yeah,
higher efficiency.
yeah, I think you did a good job.
Like cars and. Electric
Energy and higher-
Yeah,
vehicles,
that's where you could put in,
Yeah.
they can
Like-
see that.
weatherizing. Building. Or you could say like. More efficient buildings, use less energy in buildings,
And that's what
Mhm.
control.
yeah,
Rather than,
non
yep.
fossil fuel. Vehicles. I'm not sure if this is, maybe anybody knows, for the comprehensive plan, does it focus on like just actions the town can take, like the town's vehicle fleet? Or is it more general to promote within the community? Like some towns and cities around the state provide rebates to residents to install heat pumps. So like Bangalore has done that, South Portland's done that. So that's like incentivizing the community.
It's actually free for low income people.
It is, yeah, but
Installation included.
yeah, with the, yeah, so maybe we just say, leave it general. We could use the statements from the survey,
Yeah.
like better
Let's
public
use those.
transportation. Okay,
Pick our the top 3 or 4 and use those.
maybe improve efficiency. Okay, are we happy with that? Phrasing?
You gotta add some more choices in there, right? You'll add the, under B and C, you're going to add the choices. right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. good.
Yeah.
From the
Insert
survey.
choices from
You have the
the
ability to get into
Love it.
room with the printer.
Mhm.
I'll-
I don't know which one. It's one of these.
Okay. So then we'll list the choices.
Yes.
Are there any, in addition to the public survey, which is fairly general, are there specific choices that you would include under any of these questions? And then we need to wrap up.
Well, we definitely need to make sure if we don't have it in the survey, some mention of the water treatment plant.
Yeah.
And probably some mention of the funding. I mean, we're going to be getting funding to improve the piers. So maybe do we include something about downtown infrastructure or working waterfront or something?
Well, water treatment plant is not a choice. It's something that has to be done.
Yeah, it does have to be done.
I wouldn't waste it.
Yeah, well,
Our question on that because
it's got.
that's something that's actually going to happen.
Yeah, it's a given.
It's that.
Okay.
How about elevating waterfront infrastructure? Out of harm's way.
Mhm.
Sure.
That's very good, very,
Mhm.
this group has also expressed a lot of concern about extreme heat. Extreme heat,
Yeah,
and you
yeah, I
know,
remember that.
we could put in planning for, less frequent events like extreme heat and wildfires.
Or maybe to Pat's point, something that addresses the power outages and, like heating, cooling. Don't know how you would it, but
Cooling centers, you need, you know, some kind of waterfall that you can run through downtown. You know, there have been some really creative
Put in water on it.
ideas.
yeah, water.
Yeah, they can go for 3 seconds.
Okay,
Water
so
hoses.
maybe establish a community cooling center
Sure.
and,
I wouldn't say it's simply, it's more like a place. Have you seen what I'm talking about, where water shoots up from pavement somewhere?
Like a
It
ground,
is,
a fountain in the ground thing.
That's a
Yeah.
water park down.
it's not, it doesn't pool, but people can cool off. It just drains back into the,
yeah,
I don't know how they keep it clean,
yeah,
but
there's a
whatever.
lot in the south,
Hmm?
a lot in the south, like
Yeah,
Florida.
well, guess where I'm originally from?
From down south.
Okay,
Hell.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, all right, so I think this is a great start, sorry, Leslie, let me make sure I captured, you mentioned a couple of more mitigation related options. With power outages, like, we could take the language from the municipal climate resolution around like having non-fossil fuel and like battery backups for, power outage, to respond to power outages and extreme heat events.
I mean, it sounds good. Is there such a thing? Can we, I mean, is there even such a thing here in Maine? battery
Yes.
powered generators to keep your home?
Yeah, there is more, large scale battery
Okay.
storage for backup, like building backups, but even for the grid, the electrical grid itself, this is a fast growing sector.
Good.
Tesla's into now, do they make those kinds?
Yeah, power walls,
Yeah.
yes, they do that.
Right.
For something like the town offices or the community center, which relies on diesel generators, there has to be a little more work, but that could be like in a 10-year plan, that could be something to work on for communities.
Sure.
Okay. Um,
Cassie, Jenny just texted me and she wanted to know if we have room for Bigelow Labs.
we have one table, small table.
It's really interesting, because I met this woman today, and her husband is in Bigelow Labs, and she said, I think we're going to Earth Day. And I just ignored it.
Yeah. Connect. I think that might take our very last table, so.
I don't know if I'm gonna be opening up any space, someone, I probably will only do one row. instead of
Okay, so
two.
you might not need all the tables.
Is that-
You might not need all the tables that we have.
No, not the table, but the width of it is longer than I might need,
Okay,
so I won't need to have it in two rows.
okay, but are you gonna use all, I think we gave you 6 tables.
It'll be spread out.
Yeah. Okay,
I don't know exactly.
you don't know how many tables.
Yeah, so what happens is there's like 2 entrances there. It is 14 feet
Yeah.
between the two,
Okay,
and I need a little more space than that, so I'm gonna use the other side,
all right,
but I think I can spread it out on one.
yeah,
one
okay.
line. So that might open up a little bit.
I think it's not space, it's tables. You need a table. But I think we have one smaller table that could work. And if they have a table that they can bring, then we can go.
Or I could throw one in the back of my car.
Sure, yeah, and I have an extra. Okay, I think this is a great start. I'll send these to Emily and also make sure to share that with you all by email and happy to, if you have additional like wording requests that you would like to change it. That would be great. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of our discussion. Any quick work group updates from working group chairs?
I'm just thinking there might need to be, since I think one of our top responses on the survey was something about protection of the natural environment or something that we might want to include. Something very similar, just a thought.
Yeah, I'm thinking that'll go under this question right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, reduce community vulnerability.
Good, okay.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, what were you asking, Cassie?
Oh, so moving on through our agenda. Any work group updates? We have the Pleasant Street Extension, we have the Community Resilience Partnership, which I don't have any updates, and other work. Jen,
It's the other,
the
I was the other one and only, but it's just been disbanded because I'm not welcome into the Johnson Control meetings.
Okay.
So-
all right, so no updates.
Right, I'm waiting to get on the
This is what I
agenda to
did
be
want.
with the select board again, and I thought it was going to be sometime very soon. They'll be asking for an update,
Okay,
and then we'll have to
Well, Terry-
work on, I'm thinking, Cassie, if
Oh,
the,
I actually
if the select board is like, okay, you can pursue this recommended direction, which is essentially taking it down to grade. If they say, yeah, go ahead and pursue that, then you and I have to work on writing the letter of intent for the grant.
yeah, and we're still working on, or waiting to hear back from the community action grant. I apologize, I did actually have an update. We have gotten a decision from the Coastal Communities Planning Grant Program that they did not invite us to submit a proposal. They had a lot of applications this year.
Wow.
They had, I think, 24. And so we did get some feedback from them on how we can make our application more competitive. And Emily Rabi has suggested some alternate funding we can look
Oh,
into.
good.
Really,
Great. So right now, we're waiting to hear from the Community Action Grant Program. I expect that we'll hear back sometime in May. But I'll keep you posted, but I think we need to look for, to make up, that was like half the budget of that project.
That's disappointing.
So, but we can keep on looking for funding. We can certainly get started with the Community Action
That's
Grant and then keep working on sources for then. So I will write that up in the notes.
Thank you.
Okay. So our next meeting, I will solicit agenda items. Maybe we could do a Earth Day, lessons
debrief.
learned.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Debrief and maybe planning. And probably we'll check in on the comprehensive plan. Okay. Any other quick questions, comments before we adjourn?
This is, the 2 pages from Bath's,
Yeah.
comp plan that was finalized last fall. And, they've got the whole other sections for water, sewer, farms. Separate section for the second. This is their 2-pager.
Oh, great. Okay, so,
Full-time employee. In,
Director of Sustainability.
They have a full-time employee in climate.
or Director of Sustainability.
well,
Behavior.
someplace,
Director of Sustainability and Environment.
right. He's on that website, Rob, so.
Kevin, could you email this to me? That way I can include it in the notes.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, we are adjourned.